Welcome back, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United Kingdom's 10 new pence coins and uncovering the top 5 most valuable examples that could make a serious impact on your collection or even your wallet. These coins are treasured not just for their age, but for their rarity, minting errors, unique designs, and the condition in which they survived. Let's get started. First up, the 10 new pence. Many coin collectors and everyday people often find this coin in old collections or jars of vintage currency and wonder if it could be valuable. The 1970 10 new pence coin comes from a fascinating period in the United Kingdom's monetary history, just before the country officially switched to a decimal currency system. Even though this coin may look ordinary at first glance, collectors still appreciate it for its historical significance. In this video, we'll explore its history, unique design features, rarity, collector demand even in circulated condition, and the current auction market value in US dollars. To understand this coin, we need to go back to the late 1960s and early 1970s when the United Kingdom prepared to modernize its currency system. The 10 new pence coin was first introduced in 1968 to help people transition from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence to the new decimal system that officially began in 1971. Before decimalization, British currency used a complicated structure of 240 pence in a pound, which made calculations difficult for everyday transactions. The 10 new pence coin was designed to replace the florin, which had the same value as 2 shillings. Because of this, the coin was produced in the same large size as the old florin so that people could easily recognize and use it during the transition period. In 1970, the Royal Mint produced more than 133 million 10 new pence coins, meaning it was widely circulated across the United Kingdom. Although millions were minted, these coins remain an important part of British monetary history because they represent the country's shift toward a modern decimal currency system. The 1970 10 new pence coin has several distinctive design features that collectors appreciate. The coin is made from copper-nickel metal and weighs about 11.3 grams, with a diameter of approximately 28.5 millimeters and a ribbed edge. On the obverse side of the coin, you will find the portrait of Elizabeth II, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This portrait was created by the famous sculptor Arnold Machin and became one of the most recognizable designs in British coinage. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse side of the coin features a crowned lion, part of the royal coat of arms of England. This design was created by Christopher Ironside and symbolizes strength, monarchy, and British heritage. Together, these design elements make the coin both historically meaningful and visually appealing to collectors. When discussing the rarity of the 1970 10 new pence coin, it's important to understand that it was produced in very large numbers. With over 133 million coins minted, it is not considered extremely rare in the world of coin collecting. However, that does not mean collectors ignore it. Coins from the early decimal period attract collectors because they represent an important change in British financial history. Even circulated examples coins that have been used in everyday transactions and show signs of wear still hold collectible interest. Many collectors enjoy building complete date sets of early decimal coins, and the 1970 10 new pence is a key year within that series. Condition also plays a major role in demand. A heavily worn coin may only interest beginner collectors or history enthusiasts, while coins in higher grades such as extremely fine or uncirculated condition can be much more desirable. Now let's talk about the most exciting part for many viewers, the value. The market price of the 1970 10 new pence coin depends mainly on its condition. According to collector price guides, a circulated example of this coin is typically worth between about 60 cents and $1 on the collector market. Coins in better preserved condition can reach slightly higher prices. For example, extremely fine examples may sell for a few dollars, while uncirculated coins, those with almost no wear, can reach around £5 or roughly $6-7 depending on collector demand. However, coins with special characteristics such as minting errors, unusual toning, or proof versions can sometimes sell for higher prices in online auctions. While these situations are uncommon, they demonstrate how condition and rarity can dramatically influence a coin's final auction value. If you happen to own a 1970 10 new pence coin, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always check the coin's condition carefully. Coins with minimal scratches, strong details, and original luster are typically more valuable than heavily worn examples. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce its collector value significantly. Many beginners make the mistake of polishing old coins, but experienced collectors prefer coins in their natural state. Consider storing the coin in a protective holder or coin capsule. Proper storage helps prevent scratches, moisture damage, and further wear over time. Compare your coin with recent online auction listings to see what similar coins have sold for. This can give you a realistic idea of its current market value. In conclusion, the 1970 United Kingdom 10 new pence coin may not be one of the rarest coins in the world, but it still holds an important place in British numismatic history. It represents the transition to decimal currency, features classic royal designs, and remains a popular collectible among coin enthusiasts. While circulated examples typically sell for only a small amount, higher-grade coins and special varieties can attract stronger interest from collectors. For many people, the real value of this coin lies not only in its price but also in the fascinating story it tells about the evolution of British money. Next up, the United Kingdom 10 new pence 1968 coin. At first glance it might look like an ordinary old coin, especially if it's rusty, dirty, or heavily circulated. But sometimes even worn coins carry historical significance and collector interest. We'll discuss the history of this coin, its unique features, whether a rusty example can still attract collectors, and most importantly its potential auction value in US dollars. The 1968 10 new pence coin was introduced by the Royal Mint as part of Britain's transition to a decimal currency system. This change prepared the country for decimalisation, which officially happened in 1971. Before that, the British monetary system was based on shillings and pence, making calculations more complicated. The 10 new pence coin was introduced early in 1968 so that people could gradually become familiar with the new system. Interestingly, this coin had the same size and value as the old 2-shilling coin it replaced. Because of this transitional role, the coin became an important symbol of a major monetary reform in British history. The coin remained in circulation for decades before the large version was eventually withdrawn in 1993 when a smaller 10p coin replaced it. Over 336 million coins were minted in 1968, making it widely circulated throughout the United Kingdom. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1968 10 new pence coin is its classic design. The obverse side features the portrait of Elizabeth II, the long-reigning monarch of the United Kingdom. The portrait used on these coins was created by artist Arnold Machin and shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. On the reverse side, the coin displays a crowned lion standing proudly, designed by Christopher Ironside. The words new pence appear along with the number 10, representing the denomination. The coin itself was made of cupro-nickel, a durable alloy consisting mostly of copper and nickel. It weighed about 11.31 grams and had a diameter of 28.5 millimeters, making it significantly larger than modern 10p coins. Because of its large size and classic design, many collectors consider this coin a nostalgic piece of British currency history. Now let's talk about rarity. In terms of mintage numbers, the 1968 10 new pence coin is generally considered common because millions were produced. However, condition plays a major role in the collector market. A coin found in rusty or heavily damaged condition usually has lower value compared to coins in mint or uncirculated condition. Rust or corrosion often occurs when coins are exposed to moisture or harsh environments over time. Even so, collectors sometimes keep rusty coins for historical reasons. For example, metal detectorists frequently discover these coins buried in soil, giving them a natural patina or corrosion. While these pieces may not command high auction prices, they still represent a small part of Britain's decimalisation story. Let's talk about the numbers, the part every collector is curious about. According to coin value references and collector marketplaces, the 1968 10 new pence coin typically sells for around 20 cents to about $2 in average circulated condition. Depending on its grade and appearance, if the coin is in rusty or very worn condition, its value may be closer to the lower end of that range, sometimes only a few cents to about 20 to 50 cents in the collector market. However, coins that are uncirculated or in brilliant condition can sell for a few dollars or slightly more in specialized auctions or collector shops. Occasionally, online listings claim extremely high values, but these usually involve rare mint errors or exceptional preservation. If you're interested in collecting coins like the 1968 10 new pence, here are a few useful tips. First, always check the condition of the coin. Coins with clear details and minimal wear tend to be more valuable. Second, avoid cleaning old coins aggressively, as cleaning can reduce collector value. Third, examine the coin carefully for unusual features such as mint errors or striking variations, which can increase value significantly. Finally, if you find a coin that appears unique or unusual, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or grading service. To sum it all up, the 1968 United Kingdom 10 new pence coin is an important piece of British monetary history. While it is generally common due to its large mintage, it still holds value as a collectible, especially for people interested in the story of decimalisation. Even a rusty or heavily circulated coin can be an interesting historical artifact, reminding us of how currency systems evolve over time. Although its typical auction value may only be a few cents or dollars, the true worth of such a coin lies in its history and the stories it carries from the past. Next up, the United Kingdom 10 new pence 1971. At first glance, This coin might look like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but for coin collectors and numismatics enthusiasts, even common coins can hold surprising value depending on their condition and rarity. In today's video, we will dive into the history, unique features, collector demand, and the current auction market value of the 1971 10 new pence coin in US dollars. If you enjoy learning about rare coins and hidden treasures, stay tuned because this coin has a fascinating story behind it. The 1971 10 new pence coin was issued during a major monetary change in the United Kingdom known as decimalisation. Before 1971, the British currency system was complex, using pounds, shillings, and pence. In preparation for the decimal system, the 10 new pence coin was first introduced in 1968 and continued circulating through the early 1980s. The 1971 version became one of the early coins used in the newly simplified system. The coin was produced by the Royal Mint in Lantrysant and had a circulation mintage of about 63 million coins, making it widely distributed across the UK. Even though the mintage was relatively large, the coin still holds historical importance because it represents the beginning of modern British currency. For collectors, coins from the first years of decimalisation often attract interest due to their place in monetary history. The 1971 10 new pence coin has several distinct features that make it recognisable to collectors. On the obverse side, the coin displays the portrait of Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, a famous royal piece of jewellery. The reverse side of the coin features a crowned lion walking to the left, which represents part of the royal arms of England. Beneath the lion appears the large number 10, with the words New Pence written above it. This design was created by Christopher Ironside and remained in use until 1982, when the wording was changed to simply 10 pence. The coin itself is made from copper nickel, weighs about 11.31 grams, and has a diameter of 28.5 millimeters, making it much larger and heavier than modern 10p coins. These physical features make the coin easy to identify and interesting for collectors who appreciate classic British coin designs. In general, the 1971 10 new pence is considered a fairly common coin because millions were produced. However, collector demand can still exist depending on the coin's condition. Coins in poor or damaged condition such as scratched, worn, or tarnished examples usually have little collector value. However, even damaged coins can attract interest if they show unusual features like minting errors, off-center strikes, or unusual metal planchets. In rare cases, these errors can dramatically increase a coin's value at auctions. For example, a special mint error version of a 1971 10 new pence once sold for around $180 at auction, showing how unusual variants can significantly raise the price of what is normally a common coin. This is why collectors carefully examine old coins before dismissing them. Sometimes hidden errors can transform an ordinary coin into a valuable collectible. When it comes to market value, the price of a 1971 10 new pence coin depends mainly on its condition. In typical circulated condition, the coin is generally worth between about 45 cents and $3.50 according to collector price estimates. Coins graded as fine or very fine usually sell for less than $1, while better preserved examples can reach several dollars. Uncirculated pieces with minimal wear may attract slightly higher prices from collectors. However, if the coin has a rare minting error or exceptional preservation, its value can increase dramatically in auction markets. These unusual examples are the ones that attract serious collectors and competitive bidding. If you think you might own a 1971 10 new pence coin, here are a few tips for collectors. First, carefully examine the coin's condition. Coins with less wear and clearer details are generally more valuable. Second, check for mint errors such as unusual shapes, off-center strikes, or wrong metal planchets. These rare mistakes can significantly increase value. Third, avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can reduce collector value because it damages the original surface. Finally, consider storing coins in protective holders or coin albums. Proper storage helps preserve their condition and keeps them attractive for future collectors. To sum up, the United Kingdom 10 new pence 1971 is an interesting piece of British monetary history. While most examples are common and worth only a few dollars, the coin still holds importance because it represents the early years of the UK's decimal currency system. For collectors, the value of this coin depends heavily on condition and rarity. A normal circulated coin may only be worth a small amount, but rare errors or pristine specimens can command much higher prices in auctions. Next up, the United Kingdom 10 new pence 1976, a coin that many people overlook because it was widely circulated and commonly used in everyday transactions. However, even a circulated 1976 10 new pence can carry interesting collector appeal and, in certain cases, surprising auction value in dollars. In this video, we'll explore its history, design features, rarity in circulated and damaged condition, and its current market value in today's coin collecting world. If you enjoy discovering hidden value in everyday coins, this episode is for you. The 10 new pence coin was introduced as part of the United Kingdom's transition to decimal currency in 1971. Before decimalisation, Britain used a complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence. On February 15, 1971, known as Decimal Day, the country officially adopted a base 100 decimal system. The 10 new pence was introduced to replace the old 2-shilling coin, which had a similar size and value under the new system. In 1976, the 10 new pence was already well established in circulation. During this period, the obverse of the coin featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait, often called the Machin portrait, is one of the most recognized coin portraits in British history. The reverse design was created by Christopher Ironside and features a crowned lion passant guardant, representing England, with the numeral 10 and the inscription New Pence. The 1976 issue was struck during a time when the Royal Mint was producing large quantities of coinage to meet public demand. As a result, many of these coins entered circulation and saw heavy use, which is why most surviving examples today are found in circulated condition. The 1976 10 new pence is composed of cupronickel, a durable alloy made of copper and nickel. It has a diameter of approximately 28.5 millimeters and weighs around 11.3 grams. Its large size is notable, especially compared to the smaller 10 pence coins introduced in 1992, which replaced the original larger version. One key feature that collectors look for is the detailed crowned lion on the reverse. In circulated condition, the high points of the lion, especially the crown, facial details, and raised paw often show visible wear. The obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II may display smoothing on the hair and facial contours due to years of handling. Another interesting aspect is the inscription New Pence. In 1982, the wording was changed to simply 10 pence. Therefore, coins dated 1976 still carry the earlier inscription, marking them as part of the original decimal series. While this does not make the coin rare by itself, it does make it historically significant as part of Britain's early decimal coinage. When it comes to rarity, the 1976 10 new pence is not considered rare in standard circulated grades. Millions were minted, and many examples still exist today. However, condition plays a crucial role in determining value, and heavily circulated or damaged condition such as coins with scratches, corrosion, edge knocks, or discoloration, the collector demand is generally low. Most coin collectors prefer higher grade examples with sharp details and minimal wear. Damaged coins are often worth only their face value unless they have an unusual mint error. That said, there is still a niche market for affordable historical coins. Beginner collectors, educational institutions, and international buyers sometimes purchase circulated examples to complete date sets. Additionally, if a 1976 10 new pence coin has a striking error such as an off-center strike, double die error, or planchette flaw, its value can increase significantly, even in worn condition and circulated condition. A standard 1976 10 new pence coin typically sells for between 25 cents and $1, depending on the level of wear and the platform where it is sold. Bulk lots may lower the per coin price even further. Because the coin is still relatively common, collectors usually do not pay high premiums for worn examples, and better circulated grades such as extremely fine prices may range from $2 to $5. Uncirculated examples can sell for $8 to $20, depending on luster and eye appeal. Brilliant uncirculated coins with strong detail and original mint shine are far more desirable. Auction results can vary. Online marketplaces sometimes show higher asking prices, but completed sales usually reflect modest values unless the coin is in exceptional condition or part of a graded collection. Professionally graded coins from reputable grading services may command stronger prices, particularly if they receive high mint state grades. If you are interested in collecting the 1976 10 new pence, start by carefully examining the coin's condition. Look at the lion's crown and facial details, as well as the queen's portrait. The sharper the details, the higher the potential value. Avoid cleaning your coins. Cleaning can reduce value significantly by damaging the surface and removing natural toning. Even circulated coins are more desirable in their original state. Consider collecting a full date set of early new pence coins from 1971 to 1981. Building a complete series can add interest and value to your collection. Storing your coins in protective holders or coin albums will help preserve their condition over time. If you believe you have an unusual or high-grade example, you may consider professional grading. Certification can increase buyer confidence and potentially improve resale value, especially in international markets. The United Kingdom 10 new pence 1976 may not be a rare treasure in circulated condition, but it remains an important piece of British monetary history. As part of the early decimal series, it represents a major shift in the UK's currency system and carries both historical and educational value. While most circulated examples are worth only a few dollars or less, higher grade or error coins can attract stronger interest at auction. For collectors, the true value of this coin often lies not just in dollars, but in the story it tells a story of economic modernization, royal portraiture, and everyday life in 1970s Britain. So next time you come across a large old 10-pence coin dated 1976, take a closer look. You might not find a fortune, but you will certainly be holding a meaningful piece of history. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed learning about the 1976 United Kingdom 10 pence coin and its history, rarity, and auction value, please make sure to like the video and share it with other coin enthusiasts who might find it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos about rare and valuable coins from around the world.